So we'll see the structure of hemoglobin. Okay, it is a very easy structure. So for that we can say hemoglobin will be having will be having a porphyrin ring. Okay, hemoglobin has got a porphyrin ring, and to the center of the porphyrin ring you have a iron atom attached. So when porphyrin ring, okay, we can say when porphyrin ring to the center you're attaching iron atom, it becomes this heme part. Okay, now what is porphyrin ring? Porphyrin ring is made up of 4 pyrrole rings. Okay, 4 pyrrole rings. So we'll see what is the structure of a pyrrole. Pyrrole, we know that this hetero compound is pyrrole. Okay, so we have 4 pyrrole rings. 4 pyrrole rings means you can show in this way. You have one pyrrole, and to the center you're going to have the heme. So we have the next pyrrole. Now you have the next pyrrole, and you have the next pyrrole. So this is the 4 pyrrole rings. Now what happens is that these pyrrole rings are connected through methylene groups, CH groups. Okay, so the second position, this is the first one and this is the second position. So second position and second position will be having CH bonds. So you're going to connect all these in this way. Okay, so this is what the hemoglobin is. So you're going to have the connection in this way. Next we can say in the case of hemoglobin, you will be having a CH3 group attached over here, and you have CH double bond CH2 attached to this one, and the same thing repeating, CH3 over here, and CH2 COO minus over here, and here we have CH2 CO minus, and here we have CH3, and here we have CH3, and here CH double bond CH2. So CH3 CH double bond CH2, CH3 CH double bond CH2, then CH3 CH2 CH2 CO minus, CH3 CH2 CH2 CO minus. Okay, to every ring, towards the left hand side you have the CH3, and towards the right hand side you have the other groups. Okay, now you've got to pyrrole means you have the double bonds. Now you have got to put the double bonds over here. So for that you should understand that there will be alternate double bond and single bond. So we'll start from one side. Like suppose this has got a double bond over here, then single bond, then the next double bond. Okay, so this one is over, and then next we have a single bond, and then the next double bond, and then we have the single bond, and then the double bond, single bond, double bond. Okay, single bond, double bond, and then single bond, double bond, and then the single bond, double bond, and then the single bond, the double bond, the single bond, the double bond. Okay, and then here we have the double bond, single bond, double bond. So this is how the bonding are there in the case of hemoglobin. Now if you look, we have this nitrogen, the valence is found to be 3, It is 1, 2, 3. For this nitrogen also the valence is 1 to be 3. So on these nitrogens, all nitrogen will be having lone pair of electrons. Now in this case, we have this nitrogen, only 2 valencies has been satisfied, and here in this case only 2 nitrogen has been satisfied. So we can say, and at the center you will be having the ion. So ion will be forming a bond with these 2 nitrogens, and in these 2 cases it will be giving, these 2 nitrogen will be giving the lone pair of electrons. So this altogether is known as the heme group. Okay, this altogether is known as the heme group. Here the ion only 4 valencies of ions are satisfied. Ion will be having a valency of 6 in this case, not valency, will be able to coordinate with will be able to form bond with that of 6 compounds or the 6 atoms. So here only 4 atoms are at present filled, and the 6th one, and all these are in the same plane, within the same plane, and the 6th one will be one, we can say that one group will be attached from upper side of the ion, and the other one will be attached from the downwards, from the downwards. Okay, so from upper side one valency, and from the down the other valency will be satisfied. And suppose you have and one of the valency will be satisfied by water, that is H2O. Okay, it will be satisfied through H2O. The other bond, okay, now this is earlier drawn one as a heme. Now we are going to draw the structure of hemoglobin. Hemoglobin means you will be having a heme plus globin part. Okay, heme part and globin part. So in that case we can say that the 6th valency will be satisfied, but will be towards the nitrogen, which comes as a part of histidine. Globin means it is actually a protein. Okay, okay, globin means protein. Okay, heme means a protein or not a proteinic part. So this protein means it is made up of amino acids, and amino acids we have studied histidine. Okay, so in these amino acids, in this globin part, the one of the valency of ion is satisfied by the nitrogen. It is connecting to the nitrogen of the histidine. Okay, and this is actually, this part, this as such will be representing that of the globin. So we have the heme and the globin, and together this will be saying the structure of hemoglobin. Okay.